Hello everyone, and welcome to the exciting second edition of the US Speed Tour. We're back with a whole new set of tricks up our sleeve as we take you on 8 exciting urban street races through the heart of America's biggest cities. We're talking the skylines of New York, Chicago, Las Vegas, and cities in all 4 corners of the country. In these 8 races, every course hews to the unique contours of those urban city streets. They're full of long straightaways, narrowed stretches of iconic avenues, tight 90-degree turns. Success is going to be all about finding a balance between critical speed and quick responsive braking, because the only way through these courses is with laser-like precision and razor-sharp reflexes. None of this would be possible without the support of our partner, Motorflix. And to celebrate the return of the USST, they're providing us with a ton of new rewards for all our drivers. That includes 4 new vehicles, such as the Audi RS5 Coupe USST Official Edition, cool new tires, shatterproof window tints, fun rooftops, heavy smokes, powerful nitros, luminous underglows, and a range of unique horns. Racers will also get to dress in style in a brand new suit, with matching helmet, of course. Want the goods? Enter the race. It's the USST, where we are all about speed. Have fun out there.
Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. The US Speed Tour is back for a brand new update on Motorflix Season 8. In the first episode, we'll be racing in the cities by having touring cars. We'll be doing one event as we're about to go enter. In week number 1, we'll be racing at New York City. And also for today's live summit event in the Crew 2, we'll be having a Deem Summon to be celebrated in St. Patrick's Day. We'll be having a very good Deem Summon in Shamrock's celebration. 6 events and 3 skills, but they will be having 1 US Speed Tour cities will be featured as well. So I hope this is going to get much more very excited that we're about to go back to the competition and racing inside the track into the urban cities. So I hope this is going to be quite very good to have some new changes, and there's also to have a new expansion. It's going to be take place in Lake Michigan right next to Chicago. The Motorflix Arena is now open to all players. We'll be racing around to have a very good new playground, just like all the other new racetrack ever since from the Dominion-Forsberg update. This is going to get much more surprise and very good to be excited to have episode 2 after the first episode in the same season. So I hope this is going to get much more very excited to have a very good luck of fortune, and that means the Deem Summon and putting up to have $6 million as I'm about to be going accepted as a promise. So as a man of my word, I hope I can probably have to take a good look until the preparation will go enter to have a St. Patrick's Day Deem Summon will go participate. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go for today's video segment in the live summon. Let's begin. Check this out, you guys. This menu style of the US Speed Tour turns out to becoming much more excellent to be as a pro racing competition. So I hope this is going to be quite very excellent to have a different menu background style, just like the US Speed Tour East Edition. So before that, I'm about to go and purchase the premium Motorpass. We'll have to go buy $3 million. 3 different kinds of items like the Pagani Zonda F Primary Edition with 1 tire and an outfit. All set and good to be checked and confirmed. So starting out to be on a tier progress to be on number 1, and here it is. The 2005 Zonda F Primary Edition is now being included as well. But there's also to have some main tiers to have the primary tire, listed to be as a rare vanity. This tire compound turns out to becoming very good, rare, and unique. Also to have all kinds of very good slick tires is going to be quite very compatible to be using on touring car and Alpha Grand Prix to be using. But after all, because there's also to have a Spear Classic suit to be unlocked by default, so you might gonna have to purchase between $3 million or $4 million. Alright, on to tier 2. Here we have primary underglow to be listed as a rare. So very good, and putting up to have an underglow to be having a line configuration to see how it's shaped as a rectangle. Very awesome. But there's also to have some very good epic vanities like the electric arc smoke. Check it out, you guys. Feel electrifying and go smoke around to be driving on the track. This kind of a smoke epic is so electrifying, just like the impact smoke to be going electrifying. But there's also to have the same one in tier number 4 is going to be equipped on the nitro. Well, I kind of think it could be quite very good to be shown on the sides, just like I'm just going to be putting up onto my Chevy Corvette C6R with a UDRS Insportec / Gran Turismo race modification. But very good to have this good arc electric nitro is so very charged up and go faster up. But there's also to have some more vanities and some crew credits along with some currency bucks. Stop at tier number 5, and here is the touring car to be on the first set. US Speed Tourist. Same thing, but having some more bucks and having popular along with a fame magnet. But this one in tier number 7 is the anime horn. Wow, I can't say because this horn is absolutely becoming much more different to have a title anime in it. Good job, Ubisoft. Way to have this different kind of a horn, and anime is a best place to be here for everyone. On to tier 8, there might be some 50,000 bucks. Jigsaw tire on tier number 9 listed as an epic. Very good type of a tire because perfect slick asphalt is absolutely quite very good to be driving on the track. But this outline is absolutely to have a jigsaw tire to be going pronounced as a title. And here we have the Navy Ink Smoke on tier 10. I kind of like this smoke. This one is going rare and having a good blue smoke to be 100% perfection. 2,000 crew credits on tier 11. More 50,000 bucks on tier 12. And here's tier number 13 is going to be my best favorite. The Chevy Corvette CAR 2020. Now being classed as a touring car discipline. 500 horsepower that does not show the top speed. Drivetrain is also to be labeled as a mid-engine layout. I'm so very happy about this update, you guys. This car and the Corvette itself is absolutely will be my favorite kind of a chosen vehicle. After all, it has 2 different content tiers to have stop at tier number 13. Here's the yellow stripes tint and the Sparrow classic suit to be on the epic outfit. More racing outfit, and there's also to have a classic helmet to be included for this update. By the way folks, because there's also to have stop at tier number 14 for free. This tire looks so spinning around and gonna have to take a good half amount between the rims and the cover up. So very cool and so very remarkable. More crew credits to be stopped at tier number 15. Here is the Sparrow competition horn on the Epic. Wow, I cannot believe it. That sound is super epic. There's a common nitro on tier number 17 is the Blue Spirit Nitro. By the way, because that will be a very good, excellent color that I'm about to go for it. Whenever it depends which kinds of land-based vehicle that I should go with. More bucks on tier 18. And coming up onto the checker category to be moving on in tier 19. Checkered Underglow on the common, so that will be a very good exclusive to be using with a new addition to the Mini Cooper S. But it is also for free because moving on to be proceed onto tier 20 that you might gonna have to take 15 Motor Stars pack. More crew credits on 21 of the tier. Here is the Checker Nitro in tier 22. Alright, so looks like that might be quite very good to have a different kind of a common nitro that has a checker flag. Also to have a finish line as well to see it, but I can't say because this nitro is absolutely to take 100%, will be going faster to be in the first position as the final lap kicks off. skip on number 23 tier, and here's the checkered rooftop to be common as well. Very good placement as a very good suitable common vanity. But here is the checkered addition to the 2010 Mini Cooper S Touring Car Edition. Very good and much to be unique as a compact car race modification that has a car number 37. But very good to have this unique addition to be driving around onto the track as part of the US Speed Tour Cities update. Top speed as the original in the same touring car discipline, 186 miles per hour, and it does not show to have a horsepower. But all you might need to do is gonna have to install a part and take a good guess that you might gonna have to know it. Here's the 26 tier, checkered tire listed on the rear, but very good choice to be exclusive on the checkered addition to the Mini Cooper S. This rim and the aero tire is absolutely to have a very good spear haul tire is now being outfitted. And here is the no horn on tier number 28. Okay, well, probably it doesn't hear the no sound. So more bugs on tier 29. Here's tier 30 is the elegant gold tire. This racing slick tire is much more fine average and going listed to be as a rare. But this one might be quite very good to be using on any touring car discipline along with hypercar vehicles as well. But that one is very good to be elegant and shine bright for having a good chance of gold. 15 motor stars on tier 31, and here is the classic racing helmet when you're stopped at tier number 32. But this helmet looks so very good, just like Chris Forsberg, Dominion Frozen, and No Rules helmet. But this one is very good to be classic as an epic. But I can't wait to try this helmet out because this one is the only content item is going to be quite good to have a helmet to be racing on the track. 2,000 crew credits to be stopped at tier 33 for free, more bugs, and second part to be in the US Speed Tourist to have some more affixes onto the bugs, Fame-Matnick, and Popular. So gonna have to go and proceed on to tier 36 is the US Speed Tour Cities Tint, listed to be as a rare vanity to be on the windows. But very good job because the only one car is going to be available for free is tier number 37 is the Audi RS5 Coupe USST Official Edition. But very good to have a street race discipline and very good to be served as a safety car. 450 horsepower in the top speed, 173 miles per hour. But this very good exclusive edition is going to be quite very awesome to be driving on the open road. But not to mention because it could be quite very good to be driving on the track just to be served as a safety car. Looks so very good and very good to be excellent to be part as the US Speed Tour Official Edition. 2,000 crew credits on tier 38 for free. Now, here we have an epic vanity on the USST Cities tires. So very cool. And very much more aero tire is now going to be quite very awesome to see this kind of a slick compound tire. I kind of like it because just to be exclusive on the Audi RS5. Very neat. Now on to tier 40 is the USST Cities Underglow. Very good and much to be awesome to be listed as a rare vanity for having a good slick underglow. Can't say because that will be a very good proud to represent the official of the US Speed Tour to be driving in the cities. And here we have the Kukaku horn on tier 42. I can't say because that might have a listed as a comment that you guys gonna have to hear it. 5,000 crew credits on tier 43, 15 motor stars pack on tier 44. But this one in tier 45 for free is the Pulsar Nitro. Wow, I can't say because this different kind of a Nitro that has a blue color. But I can't wait to get this Pulsar Nitro. It'll be quite very good and well equipped to be driving on each further events such as street race, hypercar, touring car and Alpha Grand Prix. So I had to skip on 246 and then stopping at 247. Drift discipline that has a special set for a special car. Affixes is now having a gold finder, lucky, and a loot digger. I kinda say because that will be a very good special gift to choose any kinds of drift discipline whenever I like to choose. But almost there to be stopping at tier 50. Here's number 48 of the tier is the Pulse Classic suit. Another fine racing outfit just like one of the 4 teams from the US Speed Tour official. But I can't wait to try it out to wear all kinds of 4 racing teams to be putting up to have much more fine representation to be part in the US Speed Tour. But here is the Globe Motorsport horn on tier number 49. Okay, looks like the last 2 content items is now stopping at tier number 50. Globe Motorsport tire, listed as a rare. Well, I kinda say because that will be a very good kind of an aero tire is now represented to be part racing for Globe Motorsports. After all, because the same outfit and having the same title is now absolutely to be listed as an epic. Wow, look at this outfit, you guys. This looks so very glow-tastic to see how this good excellent racing suit is now being part of the team. Globe Motorsport. Very good excellent and much to be exclusive to be well driving in the Ford Focus Rallycross edition is now being part as the same team. Well, I can't say because this is going to be much more very competitive as we're about to be ready to go. So next up, let's have a good check to be putting up to have a preparation for only 2 cars for only 1 bundle event. There is also to have 2 cars are now available to have a discount in 20% off in 1.3 million bucks that added with 17,679 is now being available. 1 touring car which is brand new and a hypercar is now being available as a vehicle restriction. So here they are. The 2020 Celine S1 GT4 Coupe is now being classed as a touring car discipline. 450 horsepower in the top speed, 180 miles per hour. Just like the street race version to the same car, and this one is absolutely to have a very good track ready to be driving and being served as a GT4 regulation. But anyway, because there's also to have a 2019 Chevy Corvette C7 CR1 with a hardtop version, just like the convertible version as part from the agency update. But this one is a very good excellent hardtop version to the same C7 CR1. 755 horsepower with a top speed 211 miles per hour. Just like for having a very good excellent compatibility with my UDRS Insportec between the convertible and the hardtop version. But especially to be using with the same car on Gran Turismo 7. But anyway, because 2 cars are now being set up and good to go, and putting up to have an extra to have a welcome pack that has the Chevy Corvette C6 CR1 2009. Gonna have to open up, and this one that might have a very good official of the US Speed Tour livery. So pretty awesome and much to be excellent to be exclusive to be available. But anyway, because 2 types of vanities like the blue Capetis and the dark blue Nitro. I could probably have to purchase with 12,500 crew credits. So I'm all set and good to go. Let's go entered and proceed to go on to have a very best St. Patrick's Day for the Live Summit event. So as the winners from last season in Road Samurai as the second rerun goes to several players to receive the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution X Black Knight Edition is now being acquired to be on the Platinum rank. Also for myself to be in 4,612 place in 1,252,040 points. So here I go. Week number 1 of the challenge. Same thing like the last update ever since from the Dominion Forsberg update. As we're about to go down for having some new theme summons and reruns as well. So here we have for having a starting position in Shamrock celebration before starting up in the 15th through the 22nd of March, as also for the preview to be coming up on Vegas trip in March 22nd through the 29th, as I'm about to have a good look. So a new addition to the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 will be known as a Lucky Edition. Looks so pretty lucky to me because a new addition and fully different modification is now being said to be on the fourth vehicle. But there's also to have April Fool's opening is now going to be coming up before at the end of March before going earlier in April. But that's not all, because So French is now being listed as a rerun is now being featured in the Bugatti Debo Magma Edition. So French, and very good to have some more rewards and returning ones as well. So, as you may ever see, for only 3 skills and 6 events are now coming in to be organized and being listed as brand new. There is also to have 2 freestyle skills on the aerobatics, buoy smashing, and land base to be on escape. But this is going to be take place to between around in the Midwest and the East Coast. So let's go and fly on in to be at aerobatics to be in Chicago. Speaking of which, because Motorflix Arena is now going to be quite very amazing to be well explored and set to be around in the Lake Michigan. Gonna have to be ready and gonna have to fly on over to be having a very good aerobatics to be fly on top of the roof. So I had to go first. Checkpoint will go by having a formation as for having a very good time to be on the preparation in the first week in the US cities. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that, I just had dinner. Now where was I? Oh yeah, the first week is actually to have a good place to start out in New York City. Gonna have to be ready up and go because I know the drill. Fly on top of the roof and get over to be at the finish line. Alright, that's 1 skill check, and this is where this area is going to be look like. So pretty cool, and I hope I could probably have to check it out before the event is over, because first skill is now being checked and complete. That's 1 skill check. Now let's go to buoy smashing, will be take place to be at Dairyland. Auto switch vehicle to go for jet sprint or power boat discipline whenever you like to choose, but especially to be having a very good best time to use the voucher 1414 Demon. So that's 8 rewards unlock. Gonna have to go double check by filling out. Okay, looks like gonna have to switch the M31 wide body and being switched over as well. So you see folks, I kind of think because it is so very good for this update, it is going to be quite good to be driving on the track. Mostly to be racing on urban cities, but it is going to be quite giving a good exact reference when you're playing in Grid. 2019, and also to have Legend was now being owned by Electronic Arts. I kind of think because Grid Legends is absolutely to be as a sequel to the 2019 reboot of Grid. So there might be some more players coming in. Sorry about that. 10 seconds left. Gonna have to speed up quickly and gonna have to get much more gentle in. Alright, looks like that's 37,675 points. Skill 2 has now checked and done. Well, I kind of think earlier, because I just got a little bit interruption, that I just might need to take a sip of water. But it was alright. I had to be sure and gonna have to get myself shaped up as I'm about to go over to be in Escape at the Financial District in New York City. So I had to be ready, and this time I have to go for the Alpha Grand Prix Discipline this time with the KTM Expo R. Auto switch vehicle, and having some elements of skies, sea, and the land will have to go all together. Can't say because New York City is going to be the first week as part of the main update. Gonna have to make 1 quick pit stop and go for some vehicle selection. Go for the vehicle selection. Go on filter. Pick Alpha Grand Prix. Okay, looks like Faint Magnet, as always, just gonna need to have some parts to be switched up. But what the heck. Nitro Chemist might have to go for the extra boost, so let's give it a go, and this time I might gonna have to take a good forward position to be up the north. I know what to do because this could get much more challenging by the oncoming. Okay, sorry about the objects. Gonna have to keep driving and keep going straight. First attempt is all about try and go for having a long distance. So you see, I kind of think that the starting position in week number 1 is going to be quite very amazing to have 2 choices when you're racing in the US Speed Tour cities. Talk about for only 1 average event and gonna have to take endurance for over 10 laps. 10 laps is gonna get much more far competitive as we're about to be ready up and go. But unless, maybe I should probably have to do some more speed and handling before episode 2 will be coming up soon, because it will have to take 2 months before we'll be racing in the Alpha Grand Prix disciplines. Red zone coming in. Keep it up and stay on the main yards. 6,564 yards. Attempt number 1 is going to be quite very good to be as a main guess. But correction as simple. 110,918 points. Absolutely good, and looks like I'll have to get ready up and go to be racing in US Speed Tour cities at New York. I'm so very excited that I'm about to be ready to go for only 1 event. It's going to be much more set to be average. Speaking of which, if I could probably have to be participate in endurance, that would be much more challenging to get some more extra earnings. So, let's start out and choose any touring car discipline will be entered at the first round in US Speed Tour cities at New York City. So I just did 2 attempts for having a first try ever because putting up to have a better idea as I'm about to have a new clip and gonna have to be using with a Chevy Corvette C6R 2005 with a UDRS Insportec variation mixed together to have a Gran Turismo race modification. Gonna have to be ready up and get set to be driving on the grid because the number of cars will be set to be reduced into 4 rather than 8. This is going to get much more thrill and very excited as we're about to go for the countdown in 3 seconds.
Welcome to Lower Manhattan, folks, the beating heart of the most recognizable city on Earth. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. This area is usually jam-packed with traffic and pedestrians, but today the streets are clear for an all-out speed contest past one of the most vertical cities in the world. Hope you're ready, because it's race time!
Oh yeah, looks like the first event is going to be super excited. Just like racing in the grid, but now differently in the Crew 2 as part of the new update. The track itself is so very amazing to be raced across in New York City, especially to have a good place to be here, the Times Square. So very magnificent and all kinds of different specific layouts to be driving around on each part of the turns. Gonna have to be sure to go drive harder because 3 laps will go for having a normal event to have 1 simple part to be alternate to be as endurance. Coming in towards the final turn, looks like this is gonna get closer at the end of the first lap. Here comes lap number 2.
Drivers should be getting a nice view of the Williamsburg Bridge in the distance, crossing from the Lower East Side over into Brooklyn. It was once the longest suspension bridge in the world. Not anymore, but still an important thoroughfare.
I'm so very glad to see how the track itself becoming much more challenging this time, folks. But I really hope I could probably have to take 3 part of the video segment to be putting up as a follow-up catch-up. But in the meantime, because only 1 week after St. Patrick's Day has already over, but I still be there because only 1 event per week is gonna have to take some time before the next part of the Theme Summit is gonna get much more excited to be at Las Vegas. Gonna have to be sure to have the inside position. We'll find my line. 60% in the progression. Still got this. Take the next turn. So gonna have to go enter onto the final lap. Nitro will be at the ready to be entered in the final lap. Gonna have to start out with a number of turns. There's turn 1. Checkpoint cleared by coming in onto turn 2. Now turn 3 and 4 might be quite very tight up before coming in onto turn 5. Checkpoint cleared by the next sector. Here comes turn number 6. Gonna have to pull the brake. Going to proceed on turn 7, folks. Going entered on Midtown. Next turn to be stopped at turn number 9 and 10.
You'll recognize the giant billboards coming up as Times Square. I've been here myself for multiple New Year's Eve celebrations, and there is truly nowhere else like it.
Okay, looks like very much more to be pleased, and just going to do any main advantage to be stopped between onto the 50 and market board. Almost there, folks. Final stretch, and kick it to the nitro to have a one brilliant chance to have 3 minutes and 30 seconds with 2.916.
Incredible racing today, and hang around because there's a whole lot more of it still to come.
Alright, looks like not bad after all. Just to be promised and well spared to have one attempt in this video clip. 119,712 points. First time ever, and played to be on a normal deemed event rather than having an endurance. So I hope this is going to get much more fun competitive for only 2 touring car discipline along with 1 street race, drag race, hypercar as a combo event along with the rally raid discipline. So next up, Jersey racetrack for the Celine S1 GT4 Cup. But I know this is going to get much more excellent to see how new cars to be listed as a touring car discipline. Just like the KTM Expo GT2 is now being listed to be part as the same racing car category class along with the hypercar version. But in the meantime, because putting up the per level to be updated in about 1016 horsepower in the top speed 248 miles per hour. The handling is going much medium. So let's give it a try and gonna have to feel driving into the pro racing track. It seems like having a very good best touring car discipline as a GT4 race car. But it'll have to give a much more fun competitive. We'll be racing with all kinds of individual car classes. So let's give it a go and proceed as well to be racing on the Jersey racetrack. So the handling is becoming much more lighter to become as a GT4 race car to the S1. Served to be made as a road car in 2020 before becoming as a racing car category, but somehow it turns out for this Celine S1 race car is now being served as a Group 4 regulation. GT4 for example, because this car might be quite very good to be challenging with several individual car classes such as GT3s, GT4s, including this one, and other kinds of track-only hypercars like the Ferrari FXXK and Aston Martin Vulcan. But on the inside of this good interior view to be served as a racing technology to the S1 version for the GT4 class. Looks so very amazing and very much more tight lighter to see how the comparison between the road car and the racing car version to the Celine S1 to be driving on each part of the location, such as the open road and the racetrack itself. For instance, served to be using as a GT4 race car in the touring car discipline for the update in the Crew 2. But this baby is absolutely becoming much more lighter and very challenging to be served to be competing in the USB Tour cities in New York City as part of the first week. So gonna have to go dive in. Woo! Looks like the handling might give a good light handling to be pulling down when using the brakes. Final sector at the end of the current lap. Now go for the high speed. Let's kick it to the overdrive for the final lap. Now going up onto the gear number 6. Make that brake position to go in the way. But I can't wait to have this very good, excellent race car to be putting up to have some different improvement and vanities. But looks like I just already did. Just to be putting up to have a blue Capetti smoke is much more fine stylish to be putting up to have a base blue color. Here comes the finish line, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen. First attempt by trying out with the Saleen S1 GT4 is now being perfectly to be racing in the game. Here comes the outcome of the results. There you go, looks like 112,875 points. 7 legendary bundle earned, and that makes event number 2 for only second part of the touring car discipline in Shamrock's celebration. Feels lucky and much more fine enjoyable for only 2 race cars to be part of the team summon. So let's go and drive up the road to be at the Midwest Golden Trail to choose any kinds of rally raid vehicles whenever I like to pick. So I got everything checked out and go for only one faster rally raid vehicle to have a pro racing category to have much more fun up the area to be going explore. Gonna have to take some time, and I'll have to be using for the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 Rally Raid Edition with the UDRS Insportec variation. Okay, gonna have to be ready at the ready. So I hope this video segment will might have to take over an hour because it will be served as a special content video to the update. Now let's go and drive off the road in the Midwest. Yeah, looks like the R34 is now driving in the rocks. Area checkpoint clear. Gonna have to slam down the obstacles and pushing in onto the cornfields. Hit the nitro. Second area checkpoint clear. 15.759 seconds. I still got this. Still barely got this, and gonna have to be on the lookout on trees. Hold the nitro. Wait for the ventilator to be on the quick refill. Gonna give it a tap. Watch my pace and watch my step. Checkpoint clear. Now let's go for choosing the left side of the direction. Here comes the jump. Oh yeah. R34 Skyline is now doing a daring jump. Let's kick it to the off-road and cut through inside the trees by having a light forest. Here comes the drive-in theater. Make one jump. No cars parked in. 100% clear. There you go. Now push in to be entered for only one small forest. Keep up the good pace. Oh boy, looks like that could be a very tough way to jump in onto the structure. Okay, there we go. Jump inside the building and jumping out from the building. So 87% in the progression, almost there folks. I'm just gonna have to drive anywhere and going off the road. More motor stars has earned by daily, and here comes the finish line just to be planned and right on schedule. Okay, there we go. 2 minutes, 37.620 seconds to be received in 45,000 bucks. Not so bad after all, but it will be very much more great and successful after having a very good off-road event from the previous live summon in Season 12. But this is Season 13 for the live summon, brings out to have new ones and reruns to have some returning vehicles. So, there might be some 2 more events to go remaining, because adding up for having 1 event is going to be having a Kawasaki vehicle will be required to enter for only 1 street race event. So let's give it a go and drive on in Once Upon a Time in Brooklyn. So, East Coast. Take part to be in Brooklyn, across in New York City. So, which kind of Kawasaki motorcycles should I have to go with? The KX450F, the Ninja H2, or the C1000 ABS? But anyway, because it all comes in for only 3 kinds of motorcycles are now being colored in green. Ninja H2, so that should be quite giving a best average per level to be recommend. Perhaps, maybe I should probably have to try and go for the KX450F for doing 1 attempt. That should be a very good one to have 1 motorcycle to be served and treated as a street race edition. Just like the motocross version, but it is also to be serving for only same chassis and putting up to have some tires to be well equipped to be driving on the road. So here it comes. We got some good street race vehicle in classic muscle cars. Gonna have to give it a go and proceed.
Listen to the engine. It's saying, let's win.
Yep, looks like the copyright music is now being turned on. Gonna have to be ready up and feel the jazz. Gonna have to be sure to do some proper kneeling when driving on the motorcycle in Brooklyn, because 1 motorcycle versus 3 street race vehicle in the classic muscle car will go action to be driving in the streets. Do some kneeling, kick up the nitro, and wait for the standby in about a few seconds to be full and ready. Well, I kinda think because still takes some hard working development for myself when I was been doing some bidding part 54 and part 55. Now I just really think about having 1 hybrid car is going to be a long trip from coast to coast to be driving from the east to the west. Just like playing in Need for Speed The Run is absolutely to go by the opposite from San Francisco to New York. Maybe I should probably have to do some changes and go exactly by the usual. But I'll have to figure it out soon enough. If I could probably have to figure out how to deal with these recording sessions to do some 2 or 3 second jumping parts. Just to be having some glitches to be on the software version on the PS4. Okay. Just gonna have to take that next turn. Nitro is now being used. Alright. Gonna have to keep driving. 1 motorcycle still in the lead. 31.296 seconds. But I still got this. Just gonna have to keep much more calm pressure and gonna have to keep a good breath to hold it in. Halfway in the gauge. Now I'm on the avenue. Just going to make that turn. Pass by onto the USB Tour East Edition sign. %10 to go remaining. Come on. Let's make 1 race. We'll go improve by the update. And even the follow-up catch-up is going to have to do my part of the racing prediction. Okay, just like that. 2 minutes, 48.957 seconds when driving on to Brooklyn. Alright, looks like my prediction is all come true. 127,837 points. Now that's a good Kawasaki motorcycle ride in the east coast of New York City, folks. Shamrock celebration, always go lucky for having a Ford League Clover in 1 motorcycle. So, I kinda think for the next event, we'll go drag race in FDR Drive. Grab your dragster vehicle between any kinds of high per level on each part of the countries between European, America, and Japan whenever you like to choose. A lot of change has going on out there for every part of the dragster vehicle. We'll have to take one event during the part of the live summon. We'll be racing up or having 3 runs with a nitro chemist, as I'm about to be going recommend with my Corvette Stingray 7th generation 2014 drag race edition is now adding up to have a primary tire is about to be going competitive. Looks so very good and compatible to be using on dragster vehicles for only 3 runs in 1 event. Time to be ready and go for having a good burn drag race. Will be on the roll. 13.433 seconds. Here's run number 1. Let's feel the electric because new Vanities and usual underglow from the last update is still giving a good vibe of my own style. Okay, let's do it. And gonna have to make sure to have a follow-up catch-up will be included as well. That's more like it. Going faster. Nitro Chemist is all double check. First run is now good to be on the gear shift is now checked and complete by 10.745 seconds. Let's go for run number 2. And this time, just gonna have to save 1 event to be updated for stage number 7 in the US Speed Tour East Edition. Time to charge it up. Better be sure to have the green gauge is now perfectly on the burn. Okay, 3 times a good. Very magnificent and faster to have a 1 dash of lightning. 0.134 seconds on the plus. Just gonna have to do 1 more run, and this time it'll have to be going updated by exactly around in over 100,000 points. Last run, you guys. Better make it count, and just gonna do perfectly while you can. Okay, there goes the perfect start. Keep at it. And just gonna have to go maximum speed. Very good job to have the last run. And there you go. Almost to be at the top speed, 375 miles per hour. We'll be doing much more good gear shift at the moment. 10.744 seconds. All check. And record to be updated. Not close enough because you'll have to take a follow-up catch-up for only 1 event, as I'm about to go proceed forward to be on the combo event at stage number 7 in the US Speed Tour East for the Chevy Corvette C7 CR1. Well, I kinda say because almost 1 day left as Shamrock's celebration is about to be over soon, after St. Patrick's Day. But I know this is going to have to take much more fine progress ever since I've been doing some practice and doing some short amount of free time. So I went down to do some changes, and adding up with some Vanity will be going much more compatible onto the hardtop version in Chevy Corvette C7 CR1 with the UDRS Insportec livery. Same goes to be as the convertible variant of this vehicle, as also to be part from Elite Bundle number 7. But this one as part of the American Legends update from March 16, 2022. Same per level in hypercar discipline, 320 in 1168 horsepower in the top speed, 279 miles per hour. Very good to have a hardtop is now going to be listed to have the same type of hypercar vehicle, but adding up to have a drip cam to be outfitted to be on the rooftop. Gonna have to be ready up and entered for only 1 time attack from St. Louis to Detroit on stage number 7. Alright folks, let's do this in about 3 seconds and get ready to go for the hypercar time attack to be on the rush.
Wood in US Speed Tour East stage number 7, driving from St. Louis, Missouri to Detroit, Michigan.
The Coupe version to the same C7 CR1 is absolutely to have a 100% well match, just like I just created from Gran Turismo 6. very compatible from the convertible version because it'll have to make twice of the UDRS Inspirtech livery and double times for only 2 Corvettes where the number C7 is now being going well. But on the inside of the interior view, people are gonna have to jump on in. Yep, looks like same thing and just gonna be set as a hardtop version, just like the convertible version. So I hope I can probably have to be much more gentle and go clean racing to find the perfect line. Full nitro is now going ready up and standby. Here comes the 90-degree turn coming in. Slow down. And clean turn is now going cleared. Okay. Looks like the first attempt by having a ghost car is now being included for having a new clip. But after all, because practice always gonna have to take one single attempt, we'll have to go for the main faster attempt to see how longer it takes to go up in about 100,000 points. Okay, there's the checkpoint. Gonna have to slow down and keep going forward. 50% in the nitro gauge is gonna have to take some time to be at the full capacity. Good to go. Now going faster to have a nice blue nitro. Slow down. Looks like gonna have to get back onto the main speed. 0.9 seconds. Gonna have to keep it up and keep it go because gonna have to go enter across in Michigan. So here it is, you guys. On to the left is where Motorflix Arena is now being located. Very good place to have a nice sightseeing landmark position on the island. Halfway there to go entered. Now gonna have to go slow down and gonna have to increase the peak of the top speed. Spectacular, and just gonna have to keep going forward to be on the main route. Okay, looks like arriving in Lower Peninsula. Checkpoint going cleared. Now gonna have to go smoothly onto the left turn by the main road. Arriving in Monroe. There we go, 1.4 seconds is now being updated. Gonna have to go climb up. Entered 75% in the progression by enter the bridge. There we go, looks like just going to keep driving forward, stay faster, and then we'll be arrived in Detroit in no time. But here we are, arriving in Detroit area, followed by 8 Mile. So gonna have to take that 90-degree turn. 1.4 seconds is now being updated onto the green highlight. 10% to go. Looks like almost there, you guys. This is it. This is gonna be it, and going attempt improvement will be on the update. Going to proceed on to the next turn, followed by the street.
Coming up to Detroit, famous for IndyCar and street races. Who will become master of Motown records?
There we go, folks. Record updated in 4 minutes, 15.27 seconds on for having a follow-up catch-up. Good job, and 103,920 points. Spectacular, and looks like Shamrock celebration is now being completed as part for only a 5-day delay for this week's event. I really like about the standard event in the US Speed Tour cities in New York is absolutely becoming a much more different racing grid, just like Grid 2019 and Legend itself. But by the way, folks, there might be some other racing games that are related to Grid because this is going to get much more excited to have one event before coming up in next week. We'll be at Las Vegas, Nevada for having a next part in the US Speed Tour cities. But not to mention because there might be some new events will be coming up for only every week. But I have to be sure to check some new rewards on Motorpass, so looks like primary underglow is now being acquired. Electric arc smoke. And Nitro is now being checked. Crew credits is now being doubled up on to 20,000. One first set on the legendary fame in US Speed Tours. Anime horn, just what we need to have. More bugs now being checked. Navy ink smoke, very good. Adding up to have 2,000 crew credits. More bugs. And almost there to have tier number 13 to get the Chevy Corvette CAR. So very close, but I can't wait to get this one before coming up by next week. I'm so very hyped up about this CAR, you guys. This Corvette is going to be my favorite part for the collection to have a Corvette racing category. But anyway, because my Total Drama OC Genesis will be so very happy about having 3 kinds of Corvette race car vehicles to be in the crew too. After all, it will be a first time ever for this part of the Team Summon goes lucky by the chance. So what do you guys think about participate in 6 events and 3 skills come together in Shamrock's celebration for St. Patrick's Day? For me, the US Speed Tour cities in New York is becoming a much more racing grid better than other kinds of racetracks. But anything else that has all kinds of different city racetrack and other pro racing circuit is now all together. I kind of think because it turns out to becoming much more likely to go endurance for only one same event is now used to be having 3 laps and especially to be going up onto 10 laps. But just wait folks, because I'm still working on it for having a main focus in part 54 and part 55 will be coming up into the full walkthrough as I'm about to be working on. And by the way, because I should probably have to check it out and go explore around in Motorflix Arena, because this will be a new expansion to be part for the main update. Here it is you guys, a brand new expansion for the update, Motorflix Arena. This place is going to be so very cool and very awesome to have all kinds of different track layouts for every land-based vehicle. Perfect place to be here on episode 2 after episode 1 will come to an end for every 2 months. So I have to be the first one to go entered and take a good look onto the long bridge is going to be quite served to be as an entrance and exit. How very awesome that I could probably have to race anywhere when I'm in free mode activity. This place is so much more beautiful to be take place around in Lake Michigan. So many elevation, so many tight turns and corners, and looks like this is going to be a very good place to be here to have Alpha Grand Prix to be coming in, and especially to have all kinds of land-based vehicles such as street racing, drift, hypercar, touring car, and especially to have monster truck will be temporarily to come here at any time. Looks like this is the section of spear racing, and I kind of say that is so very much more enjoyable to be looked around. And this one is Pulse Racing, Sparrow Competition, and Glow Motorsport. Very nice. So I had to go out and get on the track. But I don't know, so many layouts is going to get much more confusing to tell, but you might have to drive anywhere and drive anytime. So I have to go in there and gonna have to take that turn. But by the way, because this platform elevation turns out to becoming much more greater than the other pro racing track and Dominion Forsberg circuits. Okay, that was the first hairpin. Now for the second hairpin, it's gonna get much more tighter. But kudos to Ubisoft for doing a great magnificent update that adds up for a new expansion. But I kinda like it. I could probably have to drive anywhere and go practice for the number of laps or between any kinds of specific layouts. But this one that I just passed by was a chicane. Tight turns and challenging to be driving onto the elevation platforms before coming in onto the land-based island. So pretty kick butt and so pretty awesome to drive. Gonna have to choose any direction, so I still got this to be on the right direction to be going at it. this one is absolutely becoming much more wonderful and magnificent. Okay, gonna have to go down. Looks like this one is gonna be the best one ever yet. Crossing through onto the water. Very nice. I cannot believe it, this track itself just barely putting up this expansion to becoming much more excellent, to be having a different kind of a roller coaster. Now due for some double hairpins. I can't say because there might be some good sightseeing view out there onto the shores of Detroit, Michigan. Okay, coming in. Now gonna have to take that last stretch. I can't say because this expansion to this track and the island itself is absolutely becoming much more successful to be achieved. Maybe I could probably have to drive anywhere and just gonna choose any kinds of specific layouts that I might gonna have to come up. But this one, when you're inside the tunnel, this is gonna be so very cool to be driving inside the water. How pretty neat. So pretty neat, and see how race cars can actually to be driving in the underwater tunnel. So very epic. So awesome. And here comes coming in onto this elevation, might be very tougher. Okay, so looks like this might be doing some hairpins to be doing as usual. By the way, because taking turns and elevation can be quite very much more organized and be very specifically. But for me, this one is a very good one to be driving onto the hillside right corner, just like driving in the Osage Village. Pretty neat. Now gonna have to go driving around, and there's another tunnel just to be planned, and gonna have to go proceed to explore anywhere on the track. So magnificent to see how the sightseeing view between Michigan and Illinois, but also to have Chicago will be putting up to have a nice background view. So much fun to enjoy, but maybe I have to take a good look onto the world map. I can't think because this track layout is so pretty much more good and awesome to drive anywhere on each part of specific layouts. I can't think because that would be much more likely to build your own kind of specific layouts when you're in Motorflix Arena. Just like that, and this is going to be a quite very interesting layout to have a good heart shape. But eventually, because it also to be separate on each part of the corners to be coming in onto each part of the bridge platform. Pretty neat. Pretty neat, and this one might have an extra for the video segment, as I could probably have to keep driving forward to be explore around the track. So let's keep going, and just gonna have to find a good line to be well creative and be more built. So much impression, so much first time to try it out with this new track, and full on expansion. But on the other direction, by the opposite, quick chicane might be quite very tight enough to be well speed up to be on a crowded formation, but much to be lighter for everyone touring car discipline or Alpha Grand Prix. Okay, there's the city of Detroit, just to be seen on the far distance view. Okay, there you are. Gonna have to make my way to have that long curve. Now let's take the right turn. Gonna have to go left. Go inside by the apexes. Pulling up the brake. Just to be passed by on the Motorflix sign. I can't say because they're just adding up to have some trees, signs, and also to have street lights when nighttime comes. But very excellent, much to be well impressive. But here comes down the slope by crossing through underneath the water. But I'm still getting used to it. Pulling up the brake. Less time of drifting. Okay, looks like it brings me back onto the center position. Maybe I should probably have to go and try the right side direction to the part of the layout. So here I go. Same thing like the left side direction, because these parts of the layout specifically is going to get much more figured out to see how it turns out. Okay, very good. Now we're doing the tight turns, going proceed, and here comes another part of the blind corner to be at the right. Going up the slope. Okay, looks like I just finally got a good line in this track for this specific layout. Very fun to enjoy. But I hope you guys might gonna have to come here at any time when you're in free mode. Just for fun, but especially to have each part of different kind of short time activity event might be quite very excellent for fun. And by the other hand, this turn is gonna be very sloper to be going down the hill or going up the hill by the elevation platform when racing on each part of the specific track. So gonna have to go back and head on over to be at the center course. I can't say because this part of the expansion is so very much more fun to enjoy in free mode. But just to wait and be patient before episode 2 in Motorflix Season 8 will be driving on Alpha Grand Prix to this part of the island. But very good job to have Motorflix Arena is now becoming as a racing playground for only land-based vehicle. So I had to be sure and get back to the live summon, so I had to be ready to go. Alright folks, time to wrap this up before at the end of the video. By starting next week, US Speed Tour cities will go in Las Vegas for having another part, and a team summon will go to Vegas for having a trip summon. We'll have to get the lucky addition to the Nissan Skyline GTR R34. But this one is a very good lucky JDM card that has a very good unique modification, so gonna have to be sure to go at it, and that will be a very good best price reward earnings after the Shamrock celebration at the end of the week. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for a notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Deeper Art, Twitter, Instagram, GT Planet, and more for see for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.